the silent dome, Skiro came alone, with war behind his shadow and ash upon the road. He struck the sealed horizon till the old glass shook, while Telethos was burning in the pages of a book. The kings of stone had answered with a letter in his hand, of orcish hosts descending through the wounded southern lands. No crown was in his asking, no glory in his breath, only walls full of children standing near the teeth of death. Skiro brought no banner, Skiro bent no knee. He carried only warning from a world about to bleed.
Vashlamir had closed its gates beneath the crown of light. Its rulers wore the silence of an age beyond the night. The world had spent their mercy, the world had drawn their blood, and left old elven promises half buried in the mud.
They were not walls for kingdoms, nor shields for mortal thrones. They were the blade kept hidden where demon shadows roam.
Hear Skiro through the silence, hear Vashlamir below. Two armies bend toward Telethos, and darker things may follow. If hunger walks behind them and hell is in their song, then wake what sleeps behind the glass, though we no longer belong.
Skiro spoke of Vaniel's house where mercy turned to flame, of Aris some half whispered in a desperate holy name. The horned deity had risen where the dying prayers were cast, and every wish had opened what should never have been asked. He spoke of storm and ruin,
Of temples drowned in dread,
of ancient wine infernal,
and the woman wrongly freed.
then ethereal sorrow moved
Beneath the queenly face,
and the temple of Maerwen woke from its forgotten place.
the books of the two moons returned through grief and dust, and old wounds broke their silence in the ashes of their trust.
This was not an orcish tide,
No merely mortal war,
if demons march behind them.
the gate must close no more. Hear Skiro through the silence, hear Vashlamir below. Two armies bend toward Telethos, and darker things may follow. If hunger walks behind them and hell is in their song, then wake what sleeps behind the glass, though we no longer belong.
Send word across the northern foe,
Where black sails bite the spray,
find Captain Maerwen by the shore.
before the end of day.
Tell her the southern sea is marked,
Tell her the fires have grown.
tell her Telethos will fall.
If it must stand alone,
Skiro took the road again,
through hunger hoof and dawn,
with every mile devoured.
and every hour gone.
The dawn gave way behind him,
The forest closed ahead,
and still the war was marching with the living and the dead.
hear Skiro through the silence, hear Vashlamir below.
but silence breaks for war.
When demons cross the threshold,
the blade is sheathed no more.
With failing hearts and weary steeds, the night bent low, the river moaned, and iron rang on ancient stone. Green hands rose from the dark below, where stolen waters ceased to flow. Two shadows laughed beneath the span and reached for horse and shield and man. No crown was near, no horn was blown, only teeth in the water and blood on the stone. Run through the dark to the Black Swan, where the violin calls and the lanterns burn on. Dance with the tide while the dead winds are drawn, for the sea keeps ablaze till the breaking of dawn. One troll fell blind beneath the flame, one lost its arm and cursed no name. The bridge drank deep, the river roared, and still they marched toward the shore. By starlit foam and salt one light, they crossed the port gates late at night. With torn cloak, sash, and ruined pride, they found the tavern warm inside. She played where the tired men drank, with a crimson crown and a smile like a drawn blade. Run through the dark to the Black Swan, where the violin calls and the lanterns burn on. Dance with the tide while the dead winds are drawn, for the sea keeps ablaze till the breaking of dawn. She sang for Malek, scarred and brave, for Arisom and the oath he gave, a shield against the world's decay, a name the drunkards bless that day. But sweeter notes can carry chains, and mercy sleeps when music reigns. One by one their senses drowned, while her violin circled around. No poison cup, no hidden knife, only a song that loosened life. Run through the dark to the Black Swan, where the violin calls and the lanterns burn on. Dance with the tide while the dead winds are drawn, for the sea keeps ablaze till the breaking of dawn. Captain Maerwen, Valorant, with storm behind her eyes, regent of the northern seas, where blackened waters rise. The tide and tempest answer her, the gulls know her command. once again. That city crowned by grief and flame, yet innocent hearts still filled its walls, and even iron hears such calls. Pirates held an island fast, with lich-born horrors nailed to masts. No warship crossed that cursed domain, no proud fleet dared the killing rain. Then madness spoke with a dead knight's grin, send a fishing boat out and let the wolves come in. Sail from the dark with the Black Swan, where the violin cuts and the storm follows on. Dance with the tide till the cursed island's drawn, for the sea keeps ablaze till the breaking of dawn. From the dark with the Black Swan, wake every sail before Telethos is gone. If pirates must bleed for the war to move on, then the sea keeps ablaze till the breaking of dawn. The lanterns died behind the shore, the moon climbed pale above the foam, and Captain Maerwen called the tide to drag the desperate home. After midnight, the Black Swan held its breath. The table slept in silence, with sweat and dust and death. Captain Maerwen smiled at the door, with moonlight on her skin. A small boat waited in the dark for a war no sane heart wins. Skiro rose without a word, while tired heroes stirred. Percy cursed the tavern drink, though no such curse had burned. Bali laughed through wounded blood, Born awoke with pride. Heresy looked toward the dark and followed to the tide. No warship wore their banner, no fleet obeyed their call. Only rope and borrowed timber and the sea beneath them all. Sing against the storm when the black waves climb. Hold the sail, hold the line, steal one breath from time. Sing against the storm when the drowned stars mourn. If the sea will not kneel, let the song be born. They cast the iron from their backs like pride stripped to the bone. For armor loves the battlefield, but drags men down like stone. The ropes bit hard, the canvas snapped clouds were gathering like wolves above the foam. The little boat went forward, far from fire, bread and home. Borna held the trembling wheel, Heresy gripped the cord. Skiro stood beside the mast like a grave that kept a sword. Below, poor Percy cursed the gods, while Bali cursed the floor. The barrels rolled, the darkness spun, and both could bear no more. But high above the breaking hull, where rain and thunder crossed, Captain Maerwen sang aloud as if no sea were lost. Blue mist wrapped the timber, blue light kissed the rain. The waves struck hard as giants and broke apart in vain. Her voice became the harbor, her will became the chain. Her song became the answer to the hunger of the main. The sea does not forgive, the sea does not obey. It takes the weak beneath it and grinds the proud away. But some are born to bargain with thunder, salt, and foam, and some can make the tempest carry desperate sailors home. Sing against the storm. Sing against the storm. When the black waves climb, hold the sail, hold the line, steal one breath from time. Sing against the storm. Sing against the storm, where the drowned stars mourn. If the sea will not kneel, let the song be born. Sing against the storm till the wrath is gone. Wake the hull, wake the tide, drag the small boat on. Sing against the storm. With the cold sea torn, for the black flag waits ahead, and the red saber rides the dawn. The clouds broke pale behind them, the sun bled through the rain. Then black sails split the distance like a wound across the main. Draeger's mark was rising, one red saber in the dawn, and Captain Maerwen smiled at death as the galleon thundered on.
A black sail crossed the dying light, with hunger in its wake. A little boat kept drifting on, with borrowed names at stake. The sea had spared their fragile lie, the shore had teeth below, and every smile upon that isle was sharpened long ago. They walked where rotten lanterns burned through salt and filth and rain, where mercy had no market price and knives had learned each name. task too large for flesh and bone. Yet shadows bowed behind his word when death spoke not alone. No prayer beneath the mountain, no law beside the foam. Only rats in stolen velvet calling slaughter home. Open the iron, open the gate. Blood knows the password better than fate. When the light falls burning and the blades answer true, the hunters become hunted and the island bleeds in two. Bleeds in two. A captive elf with a loosened rope, a merchant crowned in fraud, a knight behind the quiet threat, too cold to kneel to gods. The bastion watched with iron jaws, the mountain held its breath, and every hand that touched a sword was bargaining with death. The captain came in noble cloth, with polish overwrought. His younger shadow waited near, while cowards spun the plot. Coins were weighed and insults thrown like scraps before the kill. But Skiro heard the hidden steel, and all the world went still. No bell, no cry, no warning from the sky. Just one stroke through velvet, and silk and bone split wide. Open the iron, open the gate. Blood knows the password better than fate. When the light falls burning and the blades answer true, the hunters become hunted and the island bleeds in two. Then Borna drove the fire in where leather failed to hold. Heresy broke the charging wave with thunder in the iron. Percy's knives were silver flies that nested in the throat, and men who came to laugh at him went choking on the joke. The mud drank red, the walls rang low, the alleys filled with cries. The brave forgot their wicked songs when terror reached their eyes. No clean retreat, no noble wound, no mercy in the rain. Only bodies split and falling where the dead knight made his claim. With fear beneath his tongue, calling others into death to spare himself from one. But Skiro followed through the smoke, through splintered bone and flame, not like a man who hunts in wrath, but like a verdict given name. One broke against the wall, one vanished under steel, three still screamed upon the blade and learned that pain was real. The island saw the impossible, and every cutthroat fled, for something worse than judgment had climbed out from the dead. Open the iron, open the gate. Blood knows the password better than fate. When the light falls burning and the blades answer true, the hunters become hunted and the island bleeds in two. Run from the mountain, run from the shore, run from the name that walks through war. From the docks to the bastion, from the mud to the flame, the island learned terror before it learned his name. Heresy stood where laughter died, with red beneath his feet, born a smile toward the climb where fleeing cowards bleed. Heresy raised the lightning blade, Skiro pointed on, and somewhere above the slaughter, Draegr fled the dawn. Fled on stolen hooves with all his courage dying. The watchtower rose in the dusk like a tooth in the island's jaw, and arrows fell like winter rain from men who had not seen death walking. Shield to shield they crossed the killing ground while lions sang through the swarm. Percy brought the thunder close and fire kissed the gate. Skiro struck where hinges screamed and the threshold split in flame. Then death walked into stone and wood with no more need for words. No crown above the bastion, no honor in its walls, only maps of Telethos and darkest gold behind the fall. Wake the king beneath the bone, wake the rocks beneath the crown. If the sea still keeps his throne, let the drowned one drag it down. Bargain with the dead below, let the black tide rise. Cold for the living need a monster when the road to war is long. Where candles died before a shrine of ribs and dust. A red heart slept inside the glass like a sin that learned to breathe. Green light crawled across the floor and gathered into royal hate. Then Ikirum rose from the ruin with centuries in his teeth. Not every king is born to rule, not every chain is worn in shame. Some are dragged from graves and tides to serve a coward's borrowed name. A liar bought a pirate crown from hunger's black-eyed grace and called the dead thing servant till death laughed in his face. The false king trembled, the old king smiled, the collar burned with a captive heart. Wake the king beneath the bone, wake the rot beneath the crown. If the sea still keeps his throne, let the drowned one drag it down. Bargain with the dead below, let the black tide rise. Cold for the living need a monster when the road to war is long. Born a cast the spear-like judgment through velvet breath and pride. Draeger's stolen kingdom ended with the redstone at his side. No prayer rose to save him, no tide came to his call. Only blood beneath the altar and silence over all. Skiro held the vial high and watched the lich go still. One dead man knew another by the fracture in his will. Not every soul lives freely, not every grave lies deep. Some hearts remain in crimson glass where ancients are asleep. Break it and the sea forgets me, keep it and the dead may sail. Give me war against the black-eyed one and I will turn the gale. No love will bind my promise, no mercy guides my hand, but hatred has a cleaner edge than loyalty to man. Let Telethos endure, let pirates drown in their greed. If nothing else is pure, when war is done, the debt remains, and blood will name the cost. Every weapon drawn from hell leaves less of us behind. Wake the king beneath the bone, wake the rocks beneath the crown. If the sea still keeps his throne, let the drowned one drag it down. The bargain with the dead below, let the black tide rise. Cold for the living need a monster when the road to war is low. The dead Tortelli, let the grave wind fill the mast. Turn the curse against the curse till the coming storm has passed. No clean hands will hold the dawn, no pure blade ends the night. So they made a pact with darkness just to aim it toward the light. Down below the island burned in knives and smoke and cries. Maerwen smiled with torn sleeves and dice beside the slain. Bali laughed with bloodied steel as the Black Sea opened wide, and the boat turned south for Telethos with a monster in its wake.
Upon the quiet sea, with spring light on the foam, the little boat kept gliding south, too far from any home. No hostile sail, no warning bell, no shadow crossed the blue. Yet somewhere under blacker waves, a dead king followed too. Captain Maerwen scanned the waves with laughter in her eyes. The wind curled round her open hand and drove them southward still. Bali mocked the elven pride, Percy let it pass. For even dread grows lighter when it hides behind a laugh. But under every jest and under every song, the road to Telethos was never clean for long. Let her song command the wind let the deep sea keep its dead. There are storms that roar with thunder, there are traps that wait ahead. Turn the boat toward Telethos, let the northern banners fly. For the snare is waiting open and the hour is drawing nigh. Then masts appeared like splinters on the far and silver line. 50 ships in silence moved with discipline and design. 10 great galleons held their course with angles set for war, and one small boat before them came knocking at the door. 4 ships broke from formation with discipline and steel. The love in northern waters came circling like a wheel. Maerwen wore a fisher's ruin with broken teeth and gray, then hid a blade beneath the lie and let the young one stray. A nephew's pride can sharpen, but pride can leave him blind. The sea forgives no careless hand, no matter whose bloodline. Let her song command the wind, let the deep sea keep its dead. There are storms that roar with thunder, there are traps that wait ahead. Turn the boat toward Telethos, let the northern banners fly. For the snare is waiting open and the hour is drawing nigh. Vaniel felt the dagger's kiss before he knew the game. The mask fell from the captain and the fleet cried out her name. From deck to deck the banners rose, the old command returned, and every proud northern elf felt the coming battle burn. Aboard the proud flagship, where captured banners slept, they spread the stolen pirate maps and read the course of death. The southern waters hid a knife behind the enemy line. If the fleet sailed straight for Telethos, it would drown before its time. The board was set against them, the jaws were open wide, but Maerwen smiled at danger and turned the teeth aside. Let her song command the wind, let the deep sea keep its dead. There are storms that roar with thunder, there are traps that wait ahead. Turn the boat toward Telethos, let the northern banners fly. For the snare is waiting open and the hour is drawing nigh. Send the lightships forward, let the flagship show its flame. Let the orcs believe the weakness, let the pirates chase the bait. Hide the wolves in silver mist, let the sirens veil the sea. When the ambushers come hunting, let the hunted cease to be. Then Skirrow raised the crimson soul that pulsed within the chain, a monster bound by colder hands to answer death with pain. No pure heart loved the bargain, no clean mouth blessed the cost, but sometimes war takes broken things and aims them at the dark. Let her song command the wind, let the deep sea keep its dead. There are storms that roar with thunder, there are traps that wait ahead. Turn the boat toward Telethos, let the northern banners fly. For the snare is waiting open and the hour is drawing nigh. Let her song command the wind, let her song, let the deep sea keep its dead. Raise the glass, with storms before the slaughter, for the ones they could not save. To the children behind the walls, to the old who cannot fight, they will sail with stolen darkness just to keep one city bright. The fleet divided slowly like a blade drawn from a sheath. Some sailed toward the harbor, some vanished in the veil. Maerwen drank to victory with warlight in her eyes, and far ahead till ethos waited under troubled skies.
With war songs on the spray, old elven oaths, insulted tongues rose cold against the day. Maerwen stood above the mast, her voice across the foam, and every sail bent southward toward a city not their own. Smoke was climbing over stone before the walls appeared. The sky was clear, the sea was bright, but every heart knew fear. Catapults were breaking roofs and fire crowned the poor, while Telethos held bleeding behind the northern door. No dwarf had reached the southern road, no elf stood on the wall. The city raised its broken shield and waited there to fall. Hold the gate, hold the stone, raise the banner, blood and bone. If the morning brings the end, let the end find iron drawn. For Telethos still breathes and the north wall will not fall. The little boat struck timber hard and groaned against the quay. No sailor's grace, no clean arrival, only urgency. Through alleys choked with smoke and cries, the wandering spark ran on. Orcs were laughing in the ashes till their laughter died in blood. Born a spear and Heresy's shield broke through the green tide. Percy cleared the rooftops and Skiro split the line. No time for grief, no time for names, only screaming streets and houses lost to flame. Hold the gate, hold the stone, raise the banner, blood and bone. If the morning brings the end, let the end find iron drawn. For Telethos still breathes and the north wall will not fall. Upon the wall the soldiers broke, not flesh but hope inside. Their banners lay beneath the dead, their courage almost died. Then Skiro climbed through axe and claw where the highest stones were torn, and drove the fallen city flag back into the storm. The colors rose above the gate like fire over rain, and men who thought their souls were spent found teeth inside the pain. Steel returned to shaking hands, voices rose as one, and every orc upon the wall felt the battle turn. began to shriek, and black wings split the light. Claws came down on broken men and dragged them from the height. Winged horror struck the battlements and tore apart the line, and every breath the wall had won was stolen back by night. Borna fell among the dead with a shield on pinned below. The killing stroke came howling down with no room left to go. But runes burned red across the axe and chains sang through the air. Fell Ranty split the death apart before it found him there. Open now the way, hunter blades and shadowed wings fall upon the fray. Vaslamir, through the portals rise. Let the green horde learn the fear of fire and elven eyes. Beside the flag of Telethos, another banner flew. Murdala walked through battle smoke with hunters breaking through. Fireballs bloomed beyond the wall, lightning crossed the slain. Roots of thorn and killing mist turned the field to pain. Hold the gate, hold the stone, raise the banners, blood and bone. When the hunters crossed the portals and the broken standards won, for Telethos still breathes, and the North Wall will not fall. Murdala spoke through smoke and steel. The gate was theirs to keep, but other wounds across the city open, dark and deep. The wandering spark moved on again with no clean path ahead, while somewhere in the hidden dark a waiting smile spread.
Telethos burned with open gates. The morning wore a crown of flame. The streets were veins of smoke and screams where mercy never came. The wandering spark ran through the ash with no safe road to tread. For every stone remembered blood, and every door held dead. The main gates fell like broken teeth. The black tide poured inside. Orcs and horned believers came with slaughter as their guide. No wall could give them passage south. No clean path could be found. So deeper through the wounded heart they crossed the dying ground. No prayer could still the burning. No bell could drown the cries. The city wore its funeral smoke beneath an infernal sky. Run through the fire, run through the pain, where broken streets remember every name. Raise no hymn for the fallen tonight. Raise only steel against the dying light. Telethos bleeds, Telethos cries, but hope still runs beneath infernal skies. Above the roofs they saw the sea at war with mast and flame. Maerwen's wounded flagship held against the crushing wave. Then something dead rose from the deep, with rotten sails unfurled. Ikiram turned his grave-born wrath upon the knives of the world. The hidden fleet broke through the mist, the pirate trap was torn. The dead king's shadow crossed the bay like judgment newly born. But no one had the breath to cheer, no one had time to stay. For Telly those was still screaming and the south still lay away. The sea had found its monster, the streets still called for more, and every path before them led through another door. Run through the fire, run through the pain, where broken streets remember every name. Raise no hymn for the fallen tonight, raise only steel against the dying light. Talithos bleeds, Talithos cries, but hope still runs beneath infernal skies. They reached the market of the springs, where laughter used to rise. Now silence lay in butchered rows beneath the ashen skies. The stalls were split, the fountains cracked, the stones were slick with red, and black wings left their cruelest mark among the nameless dead. A chain came singing from above, a hooked blade kissed the square. One last cry rose from the dust, then vanished in the air. Then iron flesh and bladed wings descended through the smoke, and all the grief of three fountains rose beneath its stroke. No beast of earth, no thing of man, but something born where nightmares stand. Run through the fire, run through the pain, where broken streets remember every name. Raise no hymn for the fallen tonight, raise only steel against the dying light. Talithos bleeds, Talithos cries, but hope still runs beneath infernal skies. Skiro struck like falling stone, Bali called the storm. Heresy held the killing line against the demon's form. Percy moved where shadows broke, with thunder in his hand, and lightning tore the demon's wing above the ruined land. The chain bit deep, the square ran red, the fountains cracked beneath the dead. Yet still they stood, yet still they burned, and still the wheel of battle turned. And Borna rose from shattered height, with no shield left to bear, a spear of fire in both his hands, and vengeance in the air. He fell like wrath through smoke and sun, where black wings failed to rise, and drove the burning point below the demons armored high. Run through the fire, run through the pain, where broken streets remember every name. Raise no hymn for the fallen tonight, raise only steel against the dying light. Talithos bleeds, Talithos cries, but hope still runs beneath infernal skies. Run through the fire, run through the flame, let wounded heroes rise again. Through three fountains, through blood and stone, no soul survives this war alone. Talithos bleeds, Talithos cries, but still they run beneath infernal skies. No rest was given to the brave, no silence to the dead. The southern gates were calling still through smoke and embers red. The wandering spark rose once again, with wounds they could not hide, and ran toward Vaniel's temple, with the war on every along the inner wall they ran, where smoke had not yet won. With broken breath and bloodied hands beneath the wounded sun, the sea was roaring past the cliffs, the temple bells were still, and Vaniel's house stood waiting on the edge of iron will. The bridge still held above the deep, a narrow path of stone, where every step toward holy ground was paid in flesh and bone. The southern gates were lost to flame, or swallowed by the horde, yet one last door of morning still endured beneath the sword.
If saints must bleed,
Then let them bleed standing.
if hope must burn,
Let it burn commanding.
hold the bridge,
Hold the light, raise the shield against the night. When the altar hears the thunder, and the sea receives the slain, let the faithful rise from fire, let the broken rise again. The onager struck the holy walls with stone and severed shame. The green horde laughed below the gate and fed the temple flame. But Percy held a spark of ruin, one last fire to throw, and sent it through the darkened air where the cruel command had grown. Fire bloomed behind in the engine, where the staff bearer had stood. Then born a Bali, Heresy, and Skiro crossed through blood. The orcs came down from holy stone to drown the sudden spark. But the dead knight raised his blade and wrapped the bridge in dark.
no choir sang,
No bell replied,
only steel.
where the desperate died. Hold the bridge, hold the light, raise the shield against the night. When the altar hears the thunder, and the sea receives the slain, let the faithful rise from fire, let the broken rise again. In that veil no mortal saw, where Skiro's judgment fell. The bridge became a narrow throat that opened into hell. The temple watched, the gate unsealed, and hooves struck sparks across the field. Velchiron rode through sacred doors with 10 in armored grace. The paladins of Vaniel brought dawn upon that place. Their horses broke the orcish line, their blades made crimson rain, and one by one the faithless fell from stone into the main.
Then far beyond the southern smoke,
A deeper answer came.
not choir, not temple bell,
But mountains given voice,
Brinagan's oath rang over war.
like anvils under sky. And every heart that heard it knew the dwarves had not let on our
Hold the bridge, hold the line, raise the shield against the night.
When the altar hears the thunder
And the sea receives the slain,
let the faithful ride from fire, let the broken rise again.
hold the bridge, hold the flame, let the southern gate rise again.
From Vaniel's walls to Telethos, let no oath be cast aside. For the horns have called from iron, and hope has learned to ride. The victory was not yet written, the city still would bleed. But somewhere past the southern gate came the sound of promised steel. The wandering spark turned onward, where the final doors remained. And under smoke and holy ash, Telethos breathed again. Telethos bled through stone. Smoke rose black above the roofs where Mercy died alone. The southern streets were iron veins, the walls were slick with pain, and every breath of evening tasted salt, blood and flame.
Upon the walls the spark ran wild through butchered ranks and cries. Heresy broke the charging line with murder in his eyes.
Born struck where honor failed, Bali split the storm.
Skiro carved the winged ones down before they reached Percy through the swarm.
No clean road, no gentle dawn, only steel and bodies falling on.
Let the iron be the hammer, let the blood unlock the gate. Through fire and ruin they answer, with no prayer left to wait.
Telethos bleeds beneath them, but the banners rise once more.
And steel in his blade. 3 horses fell beneath the shafts, and still he was not afraid.
Beneath the fallen warhorse, he heard the bowstrings fade, then rose into the slaughter like an oath that would not break.
His golden sword came crashing down through leather, bone, and breath. The light of peace became a wound, the faithful answered death.
The paladins rode hard again
Around the killing line, and trampled horn believers under hooves of sacred iron. Let the iron be the hammer,
let the blood unlock the gate.
through fire and ruin they answer, with no prayer left to wait.
Till it those bleeds beneath them, but the banners rise once more.
And the southern wall remembers
What the broken came here for. Beyond the wall the mountains roared with anvils under sky. Bernagan's steel came marching where lesser hopes would die.
the dwarves advanced in iron ranks, too deep for fear to break.
And storm-born tribes beside them made the demon line shake.
Onunners cracked the enemy with thunder made of stone.
Scorpions stitched the wounded sky and dragged the black wings down.
Brindle led the storm-torn rage where monsters broke the line.
And barbarian fury shattered what no hammer could divide.
Above the gates the wall ran red with orc and traitor slain.
Skiro hurled the broken dead
Like warnings to the plain, Bali broke the enemy mark and raised the city's name.
The dwarfs below began to roar
As Telethos caught the flame.
Not flame of ruin,
Not flame of fear,
but flame that told the lost. The promised steel was here.
Bernagan saw his kin above,
Defy the falling night,
and every ram against the gate
struck harder for the sight.
At the gate the trolls stood waiting with timber, rod and chain. Velkaran bled before it,
But still denied the pain,
Borna cut the monster's knee,
and opened it to fall,
Heresy called for shield and height.
and answered for them all.
Rise over shield,
Fall into bone,
break the beast,
and claim the stone.
gold blade burning,
Spearhead bright,
one skull open.
to the dying light. Let the iron be the hammer, let the blood unlock the gate. Through fire and ruin they answer,
With no prayer left to wait.
let the dwarves reclaim the passage, let the city banners rise.
For the troll has fallen shattered,
And vengeance fills the skies. The South was not yet saved, the war had not been won, but hope returned in armor underneath the dying sun.
we're paladins and broken heroes.
Force death back once more, and Telethos half strangled found the strength to breathe once more. beyond the walls, but for one breath they stood, with ash upon their battered hands and iron soaked in blood. Skiro saw their fading fire and spoke where hope had thinned, of elves drawn out from hidden glass, of dead things bent within, of mountain kings and foreign blades now standing by their side. They had not crossed this hell to kneel before the final tide. They were not healed, they were not free, but broken hearts can still become what fear was born to see. Before the last door opens, before the final flame, count every scar as a witness and every breath by name. The storm has not yet fallen, the dark has not replied, but something waits in silence on the palace side. On the palace side. Brindle came with storm in her and grief beneath her skin, not for pride, not for glory, but for blood owed to her kin. They wade the roads through Telethos while smoke erased the sky. Then Skiro knelt in broken ash and asked the gods for why. No thunder spoke, no angel came, only one star cut the dark and pointed without name. Before the last door opens, before the final flame, count every scar as a witness and every breath by name. The storm has not yet fallen, the dark has not replied, but something waits in silence on the palace side. On the palace side. Back through the wounded market, back where their house had stood, they found the rooms torn open by ignorance and blood. Percy searched the wreckage with careful shaking hands and found one shard of winter left to answer his command. Down beneath the city, where smuggler shadows ran, they crossed the sealed old passages no prayer had made for man. Vaniel's mark still guarded stone, but one fresh wound was shown, a burned and blackened threshold where the dark had passed alone. Through mausoleum silence, through No blessing touched the door, only one forbidden entrance, and the shadow kept in store. Before the last door opens, before the final fight, let every oath be sharpened in the ashes of the night. If dawn must come through sorrow, if blood must buy the sky, then let the wandering spark go in and teach the dark to die. The palace door stood open like a wound beneath the night. One by one, the brave went forward past the reach of fading light. But Brindle held him back a moment, where the dying torches swayed with life beneath the thunder and words she could not save. Before the doors and froze the war in place. A life beneath the thunder, a fear no blade could face. Then marble swallowed every step, and torches bent their light. The palace wore its beauty like a corpse dressed for the night. Painted kings and silent walls looked down on blood and steel. The gods lay torn in open shells, where claws had taught the iron to feel. No hymn remained in noble halls, no mercy kept its throne. Only red on polished stone, and death behind the throne. The city burned behind them, the final room ahead, and every breath grew colder where royal shadows bled. Black eyes upon the throne, black wings above the slain, a crown of lies and slaughter in a palace built on pain. Call the brave into the fire, call the broken to the blade, for the dark has found a kingdom in the blood her hunger made. They opened up the council hall and found a butchered court, where wealth had begged for shelter and found no holy port. The moon came through the windows in a sick and crimson grace, and bodies hung like offerings above that ruined place. Upon the throne she waited, with wounds from wars before, a smile like poison silver and patience at the core. She named the scars within them, she kissed each buried shame, and every secret sorrow burned brighter when she came. Black eyes upon the throne, black wings above the slain, a crown of lies and slaughter in a palace built on pain. Call the brave into the fire, call the broken to the blade, for the dark has found a kingdom in the blood hand. Bally heard his fallen crown drag through the demon sand. Percy heard the names of home twisted into dust, and Brindle felt a sacred life threaten in the blood. That was when the storm broke loose inside her burning chest. No measured breath, no chain of thought, no fear of what came next. She charged beneath the hanging dead with both her weapons high, and all the hall drew a last breath before the world ran dry. Marble burst and rafters cried, hidden steel on every side. Horn blades and darkish hate rose from shadow, rose from hate. Escarcia stood among them with Hunter Grace undone, a traitor wrapped in borrowed night where no true hunter stands. Borna held the breaking flank while Percy found the seam, and Bali faced the fallen elf like thunder under steel. Heresy ran through ruin, tore the fire he had sworn to shield, where Brindle split the killing air against a wall of steel. Skiro broke the green tide wide with judgment in each swing, and every step across that hall made death itself take wing. Black eyes above the ruin, black hands begin to burn. The hall becomes a furnace with no mercy left to earn. No shield is free to answer, no sword can reach the sky, as red and green awaken and the world prepares to die. Red and green began to gather in the hollow of her hands. The broken hull held back its breath above the butchered lands. But Percy saw the narrow seam, the last cold chance to fly, and raised the dwarven cannon before the spell could rise.
One shot, one breath, one spark before the fall.
One shard of ice against the end of all.
Break the wing,
Shatter the sky, let the frozen thunder fly.
if the dark would burn the world.
Let the small hand answer first.
Through blood and stone,
Through flame and fear, the broken stand.
because the end is near. The blast tore through her shoulder and shattered wing and pride. The spell died in a screaming and broke before it climbed. Then Hornsteel struck harder with orders made of hate. Heredil held the hammer back while curses burned his frame.
Brindle bled and would not yield, still carving toward the throne. Borna dropped the battered shield and took the spear in both hands. Percy climbed through floating stone where shattered marble swayed, and every silver knife he cast stained. Old temple echoes followed him in blades of ghostly pain. Percy cut him from above and drew his wrath away. Then Bali found the single flaw and made the traitor pay.
The axe sank deep through ribs and rage. With lightning in the steel, the traitor hit the palace wall beneath the dwarven will. His borrowed darkness broke apart, his wings came down undone, and all his stolen fury failed before the storm.
Brindle fainted through the blood and dragged the shield aside. The Horn Knight turned once too late, with nowhere left to hide. Her sword came down without a hymn, no mercy in the stroke. The helm split wide beneath her wrath before the body broke.
Skiro came from shadow where Heresy could not stand. The Hammer Knight looked back too late at death with sword in hand. The great sword fell through helm and spine, through oath and rotten creed, and painted all the marble with what darkness makes men bleed.
Heartbeat late, with victory still warm, and saw the claw descending like the ending of a storm.
Break the wing,
shatter the sky,
still the black eyes do not die.
Every triumph buys a wound,
every breath is paid too soon.
Through blood and stone, through flame and fear, the broken stand.
Because the end is near. The blow through Brindle, through the ruin. The second claw came low, and crimson opened under life where no blade should ever go.
Then Skiro reached the dying space before the horror came.
Steel met claw and wrath met wing,
as the palace shook in flame.
black-eyed fury at the palace edge of death.
At the doors, Bali became iron, both hands against the tide. Orcs were hammering the threshold,
still the mountain would not slide.
Borna bled and Percy answered, silver knives through smoke and flame.
Broken bodies, broken weapons,
still the spark remained the same.
Brindle rose through torn open fury. Heresy raised the wounded light.
For one breath the hall remembered
how the sun could punish night. No bargain left in breathing, no prayer left to spend.
Only those who stand in ruin
when the world demands an end. Hold the dark, hold the line.
If the night would take them all,
let it choke unbroken. demon's body, broke its ribs but missed the heart.
She answered back with rotting fire,
Burning flesh and mail apart.
Heroes laughing through the wreckage, blood on every broken breath.
Not because he knew no falling,
but because he would not bend. Broke through the window, hook and chain for Percy's fall. Then Farantis split the monster like a storm through rotted bone.
Murdial across the broken doorway,
cold as stars in living wrath.
Velcaron stood among the ashes,
while the wounded cleared a path.
Farantis struck the demon's ward, still the shield refused to break.
So the queen began the barrier,
for the trembling city's sake.
Inside that sphere, ruin gathered.
Red and green began to swell,
stone and glass began to shiver
at the mouth of living hell. Skiro awakened, half a corpse and half a vow.
Saw his friends alive and bleeding, saw there was no road but one.
The collar turned the ward aside,
the shield became like air.
He crossed in like a shadow,
with Falor's burden lair.
Hold the dark, hold the line.
If the night would take them all,
choke on broken steel.
Stand in blood, stand in fear, for the final hour is here.
And the last light over Telethos
will be paid in wounds and steel.
He drove the great sword past the throne and shattered glass.
Step by step he forced the demon
where the final winds would pass. He would not let her fall alone.
He would not lose the blade. The cliffside split in fire as the final debt was paid. Myrdalla's shield held back the ruin,
but the sea devoured his name.
Palace, pride, and screaming darkness,
broken fell like rain.
Telethos still breathed behind him,
but the sea had named the cost,
and the night above the palace
learned the shape of what was lost.
raise the cups too high. Do not sing his name too loud. Some men are only honored when the room forgets the crowd. Leave one chair beside the fire. Leave one shadow near the door. For the knight who came from winter will not cross this threshold more. He was born before our fathers, before our banners learned to fly. Prince of ashes, son of silence, with forgotten stars for eyes. Falor called him through the darkness, back from death and frozen stone. Not to rule the halls of kingdoms, but to stand where hope stood alone. He carried no crown, he asked for no throne, only the road and a burden of stone. He walked through the dark where no living man should go, and gave his last dawn to the city below. He walked with the wandering spark where the broken roads were drawn, through the smoke of fallen cities, through the blood before the dawn. He held gates no man should hold, he crossed halls no soul should see. And when others searched for courage, he became what courage means. He was not a gentle legend, not a saint in polished gold. He was iron under sorrow, he was winter taking hold. Hard of word and slow to comfort, sharp of judgment carved by war. Yet he stood between the helpless and the thing beyond the door. In the palace above Telethos, where the black-eyed horror burned, all the debts of blood and shadow to a single heartbeat turned. Friends were broken, walls were falling, death had opened every seam. Then he crossed the cursed protection like a man inside a dream. Steel went through the screaming darkness, past the throne and shattered glass. Step by step he drove the monster toward the cliff and ocean black. No one heard him ask for mercy, no one saw his courage fade. He went down into the water, still refusing to release the blade. He carried no crown, he asked for no throne, only the road and a burden of stone. He walked through the dark where no living man should go, and gave his last dawn to the city below. lost. Every stone that saw the morning knows the shape of what was lost. No crown tomb will keep him sleeping, no bright marble marks his rest. Only waves above the silence, and the oath within his chest. Leave one chair beside the fire, leave one cup where shadows fall, for the knight who carried winter, so the dawn could come to all. And if Falor counts the faithful past the reach of mortal men, may he know the sea took Skiro, but the dark did not take him. Passed over Telethos like rain on wounded stone. The city lived but carried every name it could not save. Walls rose slow from broken dust with dwarven hands below, and children worked for ashen bread where kinder winds should blow. Masons carved the mountains into blocks no storm could break. The poor were paid in hunger for every stone they raised. Telethos still kept its cruelty beneath the healing skin. For some survive the darkness, yet leave the dark within. Still the sea remembered fire, still the night remembered stars. Nothing saved was ever simple, nothing lost was ever clean. But the world had caught the whisper of the wandering spark unseen. The black ships once had burned, and northern sails kept watching for the tides that might return. Vashlamir stood distant behind its guarded veil, but one small door had opened where no door had ever been. Bali walked the roads of iron with the crown he had not claimed, gathering gold and broken favors for a kingdom without name. Sometimes he watched the heavens when the tavern lights were low, as if one falling star might bring a dead friend through the snow. And a child of storm and shelter opened fierce and living eyes. Percy brewed his bitter wonders where old grief learned to mend, while Borna kept the children from the teeth of lesser men. 3 chairs waited by the table, not for hope and not for lies, but for those whose empty places still could make the living rise. Far away beneath black waters, Ikiron broke every chain, and the sea began to carry a new terror without name. So the tale went past the border, past the court and merchant sail, past the camps below the mountains, past the rain on frontier trails. No one knew what road would find them, no one knew what night would bring, but even nameless hands can alter the turning of a key. Still the dawn came back again, over roofs of smoke and scars. Still the sea remembered fire, still the night remembered stars. Nothing saved was ever simple, nothing lost was ever clean, but the world had caught the whisper of the wandering spark unseen. Let the first road end in silence, let the next one wait in flame. Legends do not die in resting, they only learn another name. And somewhere past the known world, where the second dawn begins, a song not yet remembered was waiting on the wind.